Today's episode, I give my predictions for the divisional round in the NFL playoffs. I'm Stephen Connor, and this is the Stephen Connor. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's everyone out there doing? Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, hit that post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. So first matchup we have are the Houston Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I doubted the Houston Texans. I really did. I thought they had no chance of beating the Los Angeles Chargers with all the injuries they suffered on offense. However, that defense that has been very consistent all year stepped up. Justin Herbert did not step up, and so the Texans, even though they got off to a really slow start, they ended up defeating the Los Angeles Chargers in convincing fashion. So they moved on. The Kansas City Chiefs has been on the off season. Has been out since basically Christmas, the offense. They got a bye week. Of course, they're the number 1 seed. Even though this is Patrick Mahomes' worst season, even though the offense does not look the best, that defense, though, is really carrying them. However, that offense is looking iffy. They have playoff experience from down to the coach, the quarterback, tight end, other players on the team. They are the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Last year, they were their most vulnerable. I believe, once again, they're the most vulnerable team, and they're the most vulnerable they've ever been on this run. However, the Kansas City Chiefs does this thing called figure out how to win, and they've done it this whole season because, yes, they're 15-2, technically 15-1, but they're all one-possession games. A lot of them, are one-possession games. And they could have lost, but they keep finding ways to win. And that's what the Chiefs do versus these other teams. These other teams stray away from what they're known for when it's big games. They choke in big moments. And the Chiefs don't choke. Patrick Mahomes doesn't choke. They figure out a way to win, whether it's through the offense, through the defense, through both. And so with all that being said, I do think their offensive line is very vulnerable, and if that Houston defense can keep up with can make them uncomfortable and get to Patrick Mahomes, cause some mistakes, some stops, and they capitalize, they have a really good chance of winning this game. However, that's a lot of hypotheticals. However, Houston, I doubted Houston last week, and they proved me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong again. If this was the Chargers, I probably would have went with the Chargers. But with all that being said, Houston will not win. I don't think they'll beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs keep finding a way to win, and I believe they're going to continue that, and they're going to find a way to beat the Houston Texans. So I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs because over the last few years, I've learned not to root against the Chiefs, not to pick against them, or you'll have hell to pay. So I'm hoping that me picking them this time, they'll actually go on to lose because I'm sick of the Chiefs. Moving on, next we have the Commanders versus the Detroit Lions. The Washington Commanders come off of a doink field goal win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They forced a late turnover and they capitalized on it. The Detroit Lions absolutely embarrassed Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Not the only team to do that in the past 2 weeks. That's another team's coming up. But they were able to beat the Lions and the Vikings and secure the 1 seed. This has been a brilliant, amazing, wonderful year for the Detroit Lions. This also has been a great year for the Washington Commanders. I did not expect them to go this far. I did not expect them to win a playoff game, let alone make the playoffs, and they did. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. Their future is bright. Keyword, future is bright. I do believe that the Detroit Lions will get it done. They're getting Montgomery back. They're getting key pieces on defense back. I could see this possibly being a shootout. However, towards the end or at some point in the game, I can see Detroit's amazing defense forcing turnovers and them capitalizing and them outscoring the Commanders. I could see them running up the score more than Commanders could. And that front seven causing issues for Jaden Daniels. The Commanders' performance in this game really depends on Jaden Daniels, how well he plays, because him and Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, are a dangerous combination, can be lethal. And if they establish that running game as well, that'll be scary. Them with the run game and with him and Terry, Scary Terry hooking it up, that'll be dangerous. But with all that being said, I'm picking the Lions to move on. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Los Angeles Rams sacked Sam Darnold 9 times, got to him 9 times. History repeated itself. The Minnesota Vikings lost to the Lions earlier this year and went on and lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Lions once again and ended up losing to the Vikings. Sam Darnold had an amazing year, but the Rams front seven were able to make him see ghosts. Will they be able to do that again to Philadelphia? I don't think so. Philadelphia's offensive line is much better. If they're able to stop Saquon Barkley, and they'll be able to do some damage. However, I do not think they'll be able to stop Saquon Barkley. And due to the fact that Cooper Kupp has been very inconsistent these last few weeks, I think that the Eagles' pass defense is something that you should not sleep on, something you should be very afraid of. They have a very good pass defense, and I think Cooper Kupp has to step up to the plate. Will he? Who knows? But as of right now, I think that the Eagles are going to punch their ticket to the NFL Divisional round. And last but not least, we have the Sunday night matchup at 6:30 p.m. I had to make sure that it was the Sunday night game. We have the game we've been waiting for, the Week 4, I believe, rematch between the Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. This is not the same Buffalo Bills team that the Ravens faced way back then. Way back then. But how about now? Because I'm up right now. Sorry. But this is the battle of the MVPs. Who's going to win MVP? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? They've been going at it all year with the MVP race. Now they're going at it once again to see who will beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. This game is going to be legendary. I really do believe that. I don't think it will be a blowout like it was a long time ago. The Bills have people back from injuries. Since then, they added Amari Cooper. They're more of a complete team now than they've ever been. The Ravens, last time Derrick Henry ran all over them. The Bills will have to be able to stop Derrick Henry from running all over them. And Zay Flowers, will Zay Flowers play? That would be interesting to see too. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are a lethal combo nation. They're lethal. They're deadly. But Josh Allen is the man. Him, Cook, get the run game established. They have they have Amari Cooper now to throw the ball to. This game, like I said, is going to be really close. This game could be really good. The Bills are well coached. The Ravens are well coached. The key to the game for the Bills is to stop Derrick Henry, stop Lamar Jackson, and make Lamar force him to throw the ball. That's what they're going to have to try to do to win this game. The Ravens, what they're going to have to try to do is they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to run the ball and play great defense. I want to pick Lamar in the Ravens because I really do think that they're the best complete team in football. However, I think the Buffalo Bills have the edge. I think this will end up being a shootout, and I do not want to doubt Josh Allen. I think he'll be at home. I know that crowd is going to be, I know that crowd is going to be rocking, and I know the atmosphere is going to be different, and I know this time around this game will be different. So even though my heart and my gut is telling me to go with the Baltimore Ravens, I think that the Buffalo Bills will win and move on to the AFC Championship game and face the Kansas City Chiefs. That's my predictions. You let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Like I said, that is a tough game to call, a tough game to predict. Like I said, it's so many factors that go into it, but it comes down to the run game, and it comes down to getting defensive stops. And the Ravens can run the ball down their throat and get stops. But I believe that the Bills will do what's necessary in order to secure the win. You let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. And until next time, y'all, Steven Conner out. Peace.